half of all professionals will have a portfolio career by 2030, according to an OECD forecast. Many will be working for themselves. There's a sharp rise in solopreneurs, freelancers, and digital online business owners. By 2027, solopreneurs will make up more than half of the US workforce, according to Statista and Forbes projects. Now, being a digital nomad can be lonely, and working for yourself can also be lonely. Put those two together and essentially you have what I would call the perfect storm for loneliness. Perhaps you're in the same boat watching this video today. Perhaps you are a freelancer, or you're an online business owner, you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, and you just want to do your best, make money, and get out there. But without a team, I know that it can be really lonely at times. And what can you do about it? Hi, my name is Naluka Kavanagh. I'm a digital nomad, a 2-times entrepreneur. Previously, I was at a Big 4 firm in consulting. I'm originally from London, where I worked at that firm and lived, and almost 2 years ago, I decided to work from anywhere and start a business. This experience taught me so much, but what I found from the experience, I found a lot of things, but I found that it can be lonely. Now, I was also a digital nomad, so add into the equation landing on your feet in a new city on your own time and time again. And I talk about that in my other videos. In my tech startup, there was only 2 of us for most of it, so not really a full team, and we were working in different countries. With my coaching online business, Help Me Present, and my contracting work, it has been just me. Now, oftentimes you're working remotely and you're not in an office, so you don't have colleagues around you. And when I reflect back, that is probably one thing from the corporate world that I do miss, having that team around you. In fact, just yesterday, I was chatting to someone who's interested in online business, but he said he loves his colleagues and his team, and that is one thing that is holding him back from doing it. But don't worry, hope is not lost. I have found ways to make it much easier, and these are my 4 tips to overcoming loneliness as a solopreneur. Tip number 1 is to find entrepreneurial and remote worker communities. Now, you can find these on Meetup, Facebook groups, Telegram, WhatsApp groups, designed especially for remote workers, entrepreneurs, digital nomads. When I started out, I didn't think that the scene would be as big as I have since discovered. There are many people who are in the same boat as you. In Koh Samui, Thailand, which is where I am now, there is an entrepreneur meetup every Thursday, and that's amazing to go and meet other people. I would say that this is much easier to do in cities than in more remote or rural areas, but maybe you're not a digital nomad, in which case you can still find these groups in your local area, go and meet other like-minded people. So, the second tip I have is to join a co-working space. Now, I cannot stress this enough. This is an amazing way to meet people, and in Valencia, I met most of my friends there. Honestly, it was amazing. All in similar boats, you can meet like-minded people, and it's like having colleagues without actually having colleagues. In many ways, it's actually better because you aren't working on the same things, so you can connect and learn from each other. Now, if you aren't sure about what co-working space to go for, then do watch my video on co-working spaces, because it's absolutely key to do your research. Some are nothing more than desks and chairs without a community. And someone once said to me, a co-working space is a community business, not a real estate business. And I couldn't agree more. It's absolutely key to see if there is a social scene in the first place. Ask questions before joining. Go there, look at the floor, see what the vibe is like. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please do like and subscribe. It helps me reach more people and also continue creating helpful videos like this. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Naluka Kavanagh, if you're interested in digital nomadism and starting your own online business. Okay, let's move on to tip number 3. Join clubs that interest you. Maybe it's Muay Thai and sports clubs. Maybe it is a language exchange group. Maybe it is cooking or yoga. Whatever it may be, it's an amazing way to find like-minded individuals and do a shared activity. By repeatedly going to these clubs, you will find people and naturally see familiar faces and see those people time and time again. As a solopreneur or someone working for yourself, you won't get that natural day-to-day interaction you would normally get in an office or being on Teams calls with 10 other people on the call. So it's really key to put yourself out there, and joining clubs is an amazing way to do that. And finally, my last tip is an interesting one. Shift your mindset. Shift your mindset about being alone in the first place. From time alone on my own is bad, I need to be around people, to time on my own is actually a privilege, and I know many people would want this. That in itself can make you feel much less lonely, especially if you're doing those other 3 tips I mentioned. Then time alone should really become something that is a gift. It's an amazing way to get to know yourself, to reflect, to read, to do hobbies, and just be at one and enjoy your own company. And I truly believe that is an amazing life skill to have. If you struggle being alone, it's definitely something to work on. And I think embrace it and think about, in many ways, how lucky you are during those moments. So, those are my 4 tips for dealing with loneliness as a solopreneur. Number 1, find similar entrepreneur and remote worker communities. Number 2, join a co-working space, but do your research in advance. Number 3, join clubs that interest you. And number 4, shift your mindset around loneliness. Let me know if you found that helpful, if you have any other ideas for how to deal with loneliness as a solopreneur and or as a digital nomad. Do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you here next time.